And away we go. Alright. Looks like a keeper. Great hand on the play. Really only missing a black source here. But we should be able to come out snakes, cubs, Rishkars blazing. Actually, could have led on Aether Hub, since if I draw a black source, I probably want to just glint sleeve here. Alright, looks like some kind of a mirror ore. A mirror ore. Alright. So we're just going to long test cub. If we draw a land, we are in a real good position. Alright. Okay, not the mirror ore. Alright, we drew a land. That's pretty good. So we're just going to rogue refiner here. Everything else is not as appealing because, first of all, we want to hit more land drops. Second of all, we're kind of wasting energy and being mana inefficient. Alright. So I Rishkar this turn. I mean, I guess that's the end of the sentence. I Rishkar this turn, next turn I can potentially do some other stuff. But this seems like the play. I mean, we have a backup Rishkar and a snake. So we're going to be able to do some stuff. If our opponent like Glory Bringers here, it's kind of annoying. We don't really have a good answer. Alright, another servant isn't that scary. Alright, so I can snake Rishkar again. Probably just start by attacking lay the beats down. If he double blocks my Rishkar, I can finish it off with Walking Ballista as well. Not really the best turn for our opponent. Yeah, I think I'll snake Ballista, shoot that. Seems pretty good for us. Alright, Harnessed Lightning gets our Constrictor. Question is, do I want to shoot this anyways? I mean, that gives up our mana sink. I think I'd do it since our opponent's constrained on mana, though. I think it's worth it giving up our Ballista. We should, I mean, we have some card draw there. Alright, Chandra is moderately annoying. Ooh, okay. Scarab God. I think we may want to wait on the Scarab God. Confiscation coup would be a disaster. Nah, I should probably just land the Scarab God here. This would be like pretty good for pressuring Chandra. I mean, if we untap with Scarab God, we're gonna be happy. Which looks like that might just happen. Alright, do I want to do anything right now? Probably not. Man, Scarab God is pretty good card. Alright, so kill Chandra, bring back Rogue Refiner. Since we want some energy, and I wouldn't mind a land. Did not find a land. Alright, still just basically afraid of confiscation coup. If our opponent has their own Scarab God, they're kind of too far behind, since we can bring back Rishkar. And kill it with Rogue Refiner. I think we'll just let that happen. And bottom that. Alright, found a black source. If he chumps with Rogue Refiner, we will bring back his Rogue Refiner. Try and find an untapped black source. Okay. Oops. That's fine though. Should have used that. Playing Bristling Hydra's fine too as well. Getting the massive ahead syndrome. Where you play loose when you're massively ahead. Massive ahead syndrome. That's the technical term. Alright, so not sure exactly what we want. Negate seems fine. Like on the draw, Rishkar doesn't seem great. Aether Sphere Harvester is good against most situations except a Braid. Hostage Taker seems good. Our 4-drops seem good. Maybe shave some Ballistas and some Winding Constrictors, just because we're unlikely to hit the critical mass. I mean, Winding Constrictor is a pretty good card. Maybe just get rid of the Death Gorge Scavengers. Doesn't actually do anything, so probably don't want that. Nissa on the draw, probably not worth it. Maybe this Nissa. It's great against a naked Chandra. I guess we'll try this out and see what happens. Blossoming Defense seems pretty good for protecting against important removal. especially a confiscation coup or harness lightning, a braid, anything like that. I think we just mostly want our value cards rather than our aggressive combo-y cards. Alright, that's an excellent hand. Keep that. Faux show. Get the push into glint sleeve with 2 energy. If our opponent has servant. Alright, that's a good draw as well. Alright, I think if this survives, which first of all it's not necessarily surviving, I think we do draw a card even though it leaves us with no energy, since we'll just be able to attack and then play Rogue Refiner. Alright, did not survive. Let's Rogue Refiner, try and hit our land drops, because lands are good. I said lands are good. Alright, Bristling Hydra is a problem. So we've got to ignore it for now here. I think, do I want an island or forest? Forest is better with this hand, so I think we'll just get a forest for now. And I mean, we can beat a Bristling Hydra if this snake and these long tusk cubs, if this snake is not dealt with immediately. Alright. Snake is dealt with immediately. I mean, we're still not in a terrible position, because Long Tusk Cub just trades with Bristling Hydra pretty easily. Alright. I think we want to get out our Long Tusk Cubs here, and then we can potentially get something started in here. We have a good wall now, which makes attacking a little bit awkward for our opponent. So this Long Tusk Cub can be a 5/5, and the Bristling Hydra can have 5 defense, and our Long Tusk Cubs can be 4/4s. So if our opponent attacks with both, we probably just like triple block the Long Tusk Cub. So then it's dying for sure if our opponent needs to use up an energy to activate to play 2 removal spells. I mean, it's getting more and more likely our opponent's going to have a bunch of removal spells from this point, since they only have 3 cards. Alright, Glorybringer would be an issue. Okay. Interesting. So one card, this can be 6/6. So even through removal we kill Long Tusk Cub, so we will go like this. And play it by ear. Play it by ear from Nya. We actually want to trade off energy as much as possible too, because our opponent has, I mean, our only energy sink right now is Long Tusk Cub, whereas our opponent can turn it into hexproof or 1/1s, so we want to trade off some energy. Alright. Definitely doing this at least once. Okay. The question is, do we want to do it another time, or do we want to save it for this Long Tusk Cub? So our opponent goes down to 5 energy. I think this is fine, because we can now attack with this Long Tusk Cub. Oh, hello. Alright, I think we attack with both now. If our opponent tries to block with Whirler, we'll just Vraska's Contempt. If they make a token and block with Whirler, I mean, on Long Tusk Cub. And then we'll just have to contend with this Bristling Hydra. Okay. Alright, if they have negate, we still kill the Whirler at least. Okay, don't need to pump this up. So that went okay. Now just Bristling Hydra, we have our own Bristling Hydra. Our life total is a bit of a concern. If our opponent Scarab Gods or Glory Bringers. Alright. Glory Bringers exerted. We're down to 5. So we play our own Glory Bringer and can trade. Not good though. Since if we find like a hostage taker, we pretty much win. Of course our opponent gets a draw step as well. Which is kind of unfair, if you ask me. Okay, Servant isn't a big deal. just need to dig for an answer here. This actually just leaves us dead if they Glorybringer Rogue Refiner. That plays into Fatal Push though. Probably shouldn't have attacked. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, that was bad attack. Looks like we weren't getting an answer anyways. Maybe Walking Ballista is the card we don't want. And Rishkar's on the play seem a bit better. Yeah, we just need to basically like Glorybringer and Scarab God are what we're afraid of, so just having a nice aggressive start on the play seems pretty good. Okay. I think this is actually a keep, because we Glint Sleeve and are threatening to draw a card. If our opponent does have an answer, we will need to draw something though. But if we get up to 3 land and cast Rogue Refiner, our mana should be more than a good. More than a good. Alright. So this dies. We don't draw land, we long Tusk Cub. Not great. Alright, got the R. Alright. Servant. Okay, Attune is excellent. We will definitely go for an Attune up and just play out Harvester. I mean, Harvester's quite good. It blocks Glorybringer. Pressures Chandra's, gains you life in a race. Dies to a Braid. Alright, so we can Scarab God next turn if we want. Let's see what our opponent is up to. Maybe has their own Scarab God? No. Just a Glorybringer. Alright, I think we are Scarab Godding. We have some good stuff to bring back. Seems alright. We're only really afraid of Confiscation Coup. Gain some life. If our opponent has Confiscation Coup, we like have to Vraska's Contempt our own Scarab God, which is not ideal. Okay. That's not so bad. Okay, never mind. It's pretty bad. Alright. I think we want to get our Bristling Hydra up here. Can consider blocking Glorybringer, but we probably don't really want to. Alright. Opponent's Scarab God. We have an answer. Or two. So we'll just wait. Alright. Opponent's low on energy compared to us. Siphoner's good. We can siphon Contempt and then potentially break parity here by drawing cards. Question is, like, I don't want this Glorybringer to start eating my stuff, so I probably just have to get rid of it. Question is, do I want to attack with my Aether Sphere Harvester? I think not. Let's see if I can draw a card here. Our opponent can potentially start getting aggressive if we attack with Harvester. We do have a life total lead though. And Aether Sphere Harvester is pretty good at racing. I think just playing it safe in this spot is fine. Waiting a turn before we consider harvesting. Alright, Servant is pretty bad at this point in the game. Opponent's out of cards, and we are now drawing 2 a turn. 3 a turn? I think now is a good time to attack. And we even have Fatal Push, which I think I'll just wait on. So our opponent's best draw is another Scarab God here, as tends to be the case in the late game. Glorybringer would be good. Confiscation Coup. Stealing a glint sleeve, but I have Fatal Push for that. I guess opponent's thinking about attacking. Alright, we'll definitely draw at least once here. Do we want to draw again? Exposes our Bristling Hydra. I don't think we mind doing that though. Alright. So we can Hostage Taker, take a Servant, immediately replay it. Probably want to just save the Hostage Taker here though. For any good cards. Also probably want a Fatal Push now since we have two of them. That way if our opponent draws Scarab God, they need an untapped land to activate it. And if they don't have that, we can Hostage take it. Okay. So now we can get rid of Death Gorge Scavenger. Or even Bristling Hydra if we wanted to use both Fatal Pushes. I think I'll just get rid of the Scavenger. And I'll just wait. Okay. Kind of like attacking now. Opponent has 3 energy. These have menace. So let's do this. Take that, cast it, get ourselves some energy. Lovely. Alright, magma spray. So we'll attack with the squad, get ourselves an energy. And now if he uses Bristling Hydra's ability this turn, we can just Fatal Push it. Which will indeed be fairly close to fatal for our opponent. Alright. It's just gonna block like that. Alright. So opponent's dead next turn if they don't draw something that is amazing. Alright, got the R. Definitely seems like a close matchup with some interesting shenanigans going on both sides, but we got there.